Well, welcome, my friends. It's Saturday. It must be New Thought Talk. I am the Reverend Steve Walling from the Spiritual Awareness Center located in beautiful downtown Madera. And boy, I can't tell you how glad I am to be here today. It is a wonderful day, and I have an incredible guest with us today. My guest today is located in Akron, Ohio. He and his wife have a center there. It's called Summit Spiritual Center, and he is the pastor, Michael Mangus. Michael, welcome to the show.
Well, Steve, what an honor to be on your show today. Thank you so very much for having me. Well, and a very nice introduction, too.
Well, it's, we do our best here. But anyway, what I'd like to do, Michael, for our guests and for your guests that they get a chance to watch this, tell us a little bit about your history. How did Michael come to New Thought, and then how did Summit Spiritual Center come about?
Real good. I came to New Thought when I was in college. I had previously had a born-again experience and was involved in the Catholic Charismatic Renewal in the 70s. And I was involved briefly with a community, Catholic Charismatic community, briefly in college. But then we started to drift away, and I started to search for something else. And I remember that it was, I was working at a downtown parking lot, and I took a break and I went up to the local newsstand. I was just looking, and there was a magazine there that called itself The Science of Mind. And I said, oh, that's interesting. And I went ahead and I picked it up, and it had about Shakti Gawain creative visualization. And from then, I was hooked. I mean, it was then, I started to get more information about the science of mind. I drifted in and out of unity for quite some time, but there was something about the teachings of Dr. Holmes that kept drawing me back. Mm-hmm. How Summit Spiritual Center got its birth was that back in 1996, I had I had a very it's not a bad breakup, but it was just the woman I was living with said, you know what, I don't love you, goodbye. Yeah. And so I went ahead and I started asking myself the question, well, what do I want to do with the rest of my life? And this word that kept coming up over and over again was the word ministry. And I said, God, not that. So what happened was that I started to, I said, you know what, I really need to declare a church. And I said, well, there was a church up in Cleveland, which is about 40 miles away, so it's about an hour's drive. Uh-huh. So I started going up there, and I started on a regular basis, and I attended practitioner classes, and I was licensed in 1999. And then in the year 2000, a group of practitioners that were from the Akron area going up to Cleveland decided to start Summit Spiritual Center. So with permissions from everyone, including home office, we went ahead and we did it. So it's that was the birth, and so we've been continuing on since 2000. The first Sunday in February is always Anniversary Sunday. So so we're coming up on our 14th anniversary Sunday. So,
well, that's incredible. And before the show got started, Michael, you were talking about where your center is situated. You are surrounded by a rather large population of people that are, let's just say, involved in differing philosophies.
Well, yes, we have a lot of people have described Akron as almost the second Bible Belt. I don't think it is, but we have, where our center is located in Cuyahoga Falls, we rent from the Falls Masonic Temple. The Masons have been nothing but very good hosts. And if you check the Find a Center directory, you'll find that findacenter.com. You'll find that there are many New Thought centers that do meet in Masonic temples and facilities around the country. So we're one of them. And so, but where our center is situated, we're like 1 mile north of Reverend Ernest Ainsley in the Grace Cathedral. And I often go up there they have a buffet up there. I often go up there. My Saturday night routine is I go eat dinner with the church folks, and then I go set up for church. So, no, I think that but in Akron that there is a hunger for something else, that there is, and how I know that is because people go to the bookstore, or they go to, we have a Books A Million, we also have a Barnes & Noble. I mean, people are buying these books. They're buying the Deepoks. They're buying the Wayne Dyers. They're buying the a lot of folks that we deal with are tired of church as usual. So that's what we've been doing in Akron. We've been providing, again, not church as usual, but spiritual community, where we take what's in the books and we actually apply it, have people actually apply it into their lives so that their lives are changed. So,
and that, that's the incredible thing about this wonderful philosophy that you teach and that I have the privilege of teaching, is that when people come through the door of your center for the first time, oftentimes they're amazed at what they find. First off, they find a loving presence. Secondly, they find a consciousness that, there's nowhere that we can look. There's nowhere we say there's nowhere where God is not. And that means that person coming through the door is an expression of the divine represented as them, and they're greeted in a loving manner. And it blows some people away because they've never heard that before. We were talking before the show about the concept of hell and the devil and stuff like that. And you were sharing an experience that you had recently with a young lady that asked you about hell. And there's some people, they've never heard this before. And yet when they do hear it, and then you begin to explain and unfold, how can there be, if God is everywhere, how can there be a room for that which people call hell? And the thing is, Michael, I've heard some of the newer ministers say, well, hell's not a fire and brimstone thing like they used to say. Hell is the absence of God's love. God's everywhere.
God's everywhere.
You can't take part of God and pull it away. You cannot absent the love of God because God is that love, And so, right there where you're at, right out here where I'm at in Central Valley, California, these are locuses that this message really needs to resonate. And it's wonderful to have a chance to talk with you and get to know you and see what you're doing there, because you're doing incredible work, my friend.
Thank you. We are, again, there's just been this pull within me, Steve, over the years, again, when the going gets tough, either the tough leave or the tough get going. And so I think that, when you are the spiritual leader of anything, I often, it's when people say, well, you know what, I feel the call to ministry. And I said, well, good. Get ready, because you are in line for a series of lessons here to help grow you.
Yeah.
And so we say that life's a state of consciousness, but when it starts showing up in our lives, we go, well, we have choices then. We can either melt or we can go ahead and we can grow through it. So, and that's been our kind of experience in Akron, in Cuyahoga Falls, has been that. So, but I think that more importantly, this teaching is probably the most practical philosophy I've ever seen. I mean, I have thousands of books, but again, the science of mind and spirit, what we teach, again, psychologically sound, philosophically based, has its basis in all the religions. And can you say quantum physics?
Yeah.
I mean, I was teaching in our center the other evening Pam Grote's book, E Squared, Nine Do-It-Yourself Experiments that prove that your thoughts create reality. I was using our teaching symbol for much of the presentation because, again, I really do believe that Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, would have used more the language of quantum physics if he was familiar with it. And quantum physics was just getting its birth during that time. So.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a fellow by the name of Robert Lanza. Have you heard of him?
No.
Okay. For you and for all of our viewers, Google Robert Lanza on YouTube. He is a scientist, and he's been promoting a theory called biocentrism. And Ernest Holmes could have wrote the theory that this guy is talking about. And basically what he's talking about is, physicists, old school physicists say, well, first there was energy, and then there was matter, and then there's consciousness. Biocentrism says first there was consciousness. It starts there. Sound familiar? And it's great stuff. And this is like cutting edge right out there. Just and it's gaining ground in the hard science community. This guy's not a pseudoscientist. This is hard science, and this theory is gaining ground because it answers so many of the questions that are left unanswered in standard quantum physics. Why certain things. So if you get a chance, Michael, look it up. It's someone that I taught a class to a while back sent me a little YouTube clip last week, and I looked at it. I went, wow, this guy, I need him to be up there on Sunday. So anyway, Michael, it looks like we're going to take our first break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk more about Pastor Mangus and his center and the things going on there in Akron, Ohio. So we'll see you in a few.
If you've got something to say and you'd like a place to say it, check out centralvalleytalk.com. We are interviewing for new talk show hosts at this time. If you'd like to advertise on centralvalleytalk.com, go to our website and it'll tell you what to do. centralvalleytalk.com.
The hunt to quench your thirst is on. Ecolo Blue is a revolutionary atmospheric water generator, producing water straight from the air, up to 8 gallons a day at 20 cents per gallon with no additional hookup required. Ecolo Blue is the clear champion of the water solution revolution. To health, to purity, to the pursuit. Ecolo Blue.
Hi, Stan Gross of Horn Photo. Are you looking for a camera that takes better pictures than your phone? Why not give Horn Photo a shot? We can show you fantastic cameras from Nikon, Canon, Sony, and GoPro. Your time is valuable, so before you buy from Costco, Best Buy, or the internet, come see us. We've got great prices and deals, super knowledgeable staff, and we've been selling cameras in Fresno for 76 years. We're in the Villaggio at Blackstone and Nees, or go to hornphoto.com, Fresno's Camera Center.
Own it all at Onacar, Fresno.
Ag is a vital part of the economy here in the Central Valley. Hi, I'm Ty Simpson, sales manager of the new Bland Solar office here in Clovis. And if you're in the ag industry, you've probably given thought to solar. Whether you run a dairy, orchard, farm, or ranch, at Bland Solar, we can custom design a system that's perfect for your business. The fact is that in this economy, replacing high-cost utility power with solar power is a great way to improve your bottom line. Bland Solar looks forward to serving the residents of the Central Valley. So call us today at 554-5657. Bland Solar, the Valley's expert in solar.
So why switch to Dish?
With Dish, you get more options, you get more value, you get more channels. With Dish, you get more.
And now you get more for less. Save up to $872 in just your first year with our best deal ever. With promotional prices starting at just $19.99 a month for 12 months.
We've gotten better quality, better customer service.
And now you can even get HD channels free for life.
We are Dish customers for life. We love Dish.
This is our best deal ever. Call now to switch to Dish.
For all of your real estate needs, call Mike Briggs Properties, 559-486-6758, or check us out at MikeBriggsProperties.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Well, welcome back to New Thought Talk. I am the Reverend Steve Walling from the Spiritual Awareness Center, located in downtown Madera, and my guest today is Pastor Michael Mangus. He's with us from Akron, Ohio. He's running an incredible an incredible center out there. He and his wife been doing it for going to be 14 years come next month. And now your center, the Summit Spiritual Center, is part of a greater organization that we know of as CSL, or Centers for Spiritual Living. But it's got a long history, Michael. Why don't you tell us a little about it?
Well, again, that there was only one organization when Dr. Holmes started, again, reluctantly. And then, unfortunately, that there was a split because of, again, there was a disagreement back in the 50s. So the International and also United, they came back together as one a couple of years ago, and then they're still working on that process. Now, our affiliation in that is that of teaching chapter, and the reason being is because I am not fully vested as a minister in that organization. I am ordained and licensed through another organization, mainly for the weddings, but in CSL that I'm considered a licensed practitioner. So what we do at our center is designated as a teaching chapter. What does that mean? It means that we don't, what we do is we teach all the classes. We have special permission from home office and also our regional coordinator to have Sunday morning services. Again, this is not done outside of having an ordained religious science minister under CSL. So again, it's been really interesting. We're kind of outside the box. When we started Summit Spiritual Center, this whole idea of practitioners starting a center was just unbelievable. But there were several other organizations and other places around the country that these places were starting to spring up in the early 2000s. So we got one of the first designations back in 2004. Mm-hmm. And all that means is that I have a supervising minister in another town that I not report to, but she helps and assist us here in Akron. Again, but we teach all the accredited classes all the way through practitioner. So, and we also hold Sunday services, and like I was telling you, we also teach other classes too. We also have community outreach stuff that we do, including we do a monthly drum circle with a Native American teacher. And so, again, we attract in all. We honor all. We attract in all. So, I mean, it's just exciting. I mean, our Sunday attendance is anywhere between 15 and 30. But again, the reason we run the services on Sunday, Steve, is to get them into the classes. I mean, there's nothing more important than the actual study in the classes of the philosophy. So again, but we have a very schedule on Sundays. I'm not the only speaker. We have other speakers that come not only from the Science of Mind tradition, but other New Thought traditions and also other spiritual traditions too. So again, it's just really exciting about what we're doing here in Akron.
That's great. And you know, the thing is, in your geographic area, how many other New Thought, and I'm going to use the umbrella phrase New Thought, how many other New Thought centers are around you?
Okay, we have one Unity Church that meets out in Talmadge, which is not that far away. We also, there's another Unity Church that meets in Medina. I was also recently aware, like I was telling you during the break, that there's a African American New Thought independent church that I'm helping out the pastor with now. So again, there's not a whole lot in our town, but you see, but there is a hunger though for something different.
Well,
so
that's it, Michael. How population-wise, what is the approximate population of the geographic area that you're in?
Right, Summit County is approximately a little over 1 million, 1.2 million. And so, but we're in a greater area of it. Media area, if you go that route, of Akron, Canton, Cleveland.
Okay.
So I mean, so we affect our center is within 30 minutes of a huge population. So I mean, we're practicing. So access to our center has been in finding locations where people can get to our center. With as few traffic lights as possible has been very important for us. But no, we have a huge population, and so one of the things that we do is we go and do community outreach. And one of the things that we do is during Christmas time, we just got done with it. We go and gift wrap at a local Books A Million. We don't really make a whole bunch of money as far as people donate when we go ahead and we wrap their gifts, but they get to meet us. They get to say, "Oh, Summit Spiritual Center, what's that?" And then if we notice that they're getting some of the books from the New Age, New Thought section, we go, "Oh, did you know that The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Joseph Murphy, that's from my tradition." So, it's been again educating people that there is such a thing as spiritual community in Akron.
There is, Michael, and the thing is that this, and I use the umbrella term of New Thought. There is a vast majority of people today that are leaving the traditional churches, particularly younger people, leaving them in droves. And yet at the same time, the statistics show that those numbers they feel spiritual. They're looking for a spiritual connection, but they're tired of the old God, of the old dogma, of the old theology that is binding and limiting and damning. And they don't buy it in the world today, but they don't have a clue. Most of them have no clue that this New Thought philosophy is out there. And that's why, when a center like yours in Akron, and you're it. You got maybe a Unity Center around here or there, but and I'm out in Madera, and I have other ministers that were in these areas. You are the light. You really are the light. And as you bring this and as you reach out and you touch more people, you change the entire environment of that geographic area where you're at.
We do.
And that's, in your outreach, this is what really excites me. When I get a chance to interview somebody like you, Michael, this is great stuff.
I want to add one more to your list, Steve. I think people are tired of the same old politics. We have to, and again, this is for everyone watching. Whether you're involved in a New Thought Center or not, we cannot be doing church as usual here.
Yeah.
Let's learn how to dwell together and live together in love and harmony, like what. I'll just mention our bylaws, the Centers for Spiritual Living. If you read the bylaws very carefully, it says that we are to be example of peaceful, loving community to the rest of the world. If we can't do that within our spiritual communities, if we can't get along there, we will never ever be able to get along in the other world. How can we expect people to have world peace when we can't have peace within our own church? So that's one thing we can, for the sake of the spread of the message. No more we have to keep the politics to a minimum, and we have to have peace within our own churches. So
it is that hand that is stretched out in unity. One to another. We take and we teach a belief of unity, of a oneness. And it's walking our talk. It's opening up and saying we truly are one. Whatever is on the periphery is not important, because there's only one. and I am you and you are me, to quote a
Right.
song that I hear often on Sundays. But and we are that one. And with that realization, and you carry that message forth into a community, you take that message into a community where there's been strife and there's been poverty and limitation, and
Yes.
and you bring that light out there, and you empower people, and you teach them that they have the ability to make a choice, and that choice is within them. It's not the outside; it's within them. And that's the message you bring, Michael, and that's just. It just blows me away how great that is.
Well, I think that, you can throw, and again, I'm not one of these people that say, no government intervention or anything, but I think the more idea is that as we change this,
Yes.
as we change our thinking, that what happens is our whole lives change. And to have that kind of empowering message out there, I think it's been very important. And I also want to add too, Steve, there's nothing in my experience, and again, this is for the folks again watching YouTube and on the web, there is nothing more powerful than experiencing your own spirituality with other people, being involved in a spiritual community. If you want to have a closer, deeper walker sense of the divine within you, go share that divine with other people within a spiritual community. That's been my lesson. Again, there's all the books take me to a certain point. The books are necessary. The knowledge is necessary. The stuff on the web is necessary. But there is nothing more powerful than me being there on Sunday mornings and also in other activities, because that's how you form community. And again, that's how you affect the world then too. So again, and then you have people that says, well, you know what, what you just said, you may want to change that. You may not want to put your I am to I am sick, or I am sick and tired. But see, where you get that is it's in interaction with other people.
That's it. We're up on our next break, Michael, so we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back. We'll finish this up, and then we got something exciting that you do that I want to talk to you about. So we'll be back in a minute.
This segment has been brought to you by Own a Car Fresno.
Ag is a vital part of the economy here in the Central Valley. Hi, I'm Ty Simpson, sales manager of the new Bland Solar office here in Clovis. And if you're in the ag industry, you've probably given thought to solar. Whether you run a dairy, orchard, farm, or ranch, at Bland Solar, we can custom design a system that's perfect for your business. The fact is that in this economy, replacing high-cost utility power with solar power is a great way to improve your bottom line. Bland Solar looks forward to serving the residents of the Central Valley. So call us today at 554-5657. Bland Solar, the Valley's expert in solar.
Family photos tell your stories. Faces, places, milestones, and moments. You probably meant to preserve those memories. But where are those pictures now? Hiding in boxes or inside the discolored pages of old albums? Do you own hours of home movies and videotapes that you can't even watch? Slides and negatives that you've saved for all these years and you never get to see? Think of all of those precious memories that you've saved from the past to share with the future. Thanks to technology, we're taking more photos than ever, but we're not printing them like we should. Those digital images are held hostage on phones, tablets, and hard drives, leaving them as high-risk targets for accidents and hardware failure. What will happen to all of these images that tell your life story? Cherish those captured memories, not by hiding them, but by safely saving them. Put this overwhelming task on your own agenda or enlist Horn Photo's expertise. Horn Photo provides hands-on help from day one with organizing, scanning, restoring, and duplicating photographs. We can digitize your print and video memories onto DVD for easy viewing and safe, efficient storage. All you need to do is gather your prints, slides, negatives, and videos, then bring them into Horn Photo, where we will care for your cherished memories. In most cases, you can pick up your originals and your DVD within a few days. Once everything is on DVD, it's easy and affordable to order copies of your DVD for your children, siblings, and the rest of your family, so that you can share your memories with everyone. The best part is what can happen once your memories are digitized. We will show you how to transform your pictures into keepsake photo gifts and products you can enjoy for years to come. Don't wait for a disaster to destroy your collection of memories. Take steps to sort, save, and share your life in photos, whether you do it yourself or have Horn Photo help. Stop into Horn Photo and see our full range of solutions for saving and sharing your precious memories.
Hey everybody, let's have some fun. You only live once, and when you get it done, so let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll.
Watch Mike and Athena Fridays at 1 p.m. on CentralValleyTalk.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Well, it's Saturday. It's New Thought Talk. I am the Reverend Steve Walling, and my guest today is Pastor Michael Mangus from Summit Spiritual Center, located in beautiful, today, sunny Akron, Ohio.
Akron, Ohio. Yes.
Welcome back, Michael.
Thank you.
You know, before the break, we were talking a little bit about, you know, the philosophy and stuff, and I want to touch on something real quick. It's just we were talking about Bishop Carlton Pearson before the show.
Yes.
And the power that this man brings to the table is the understanding that one gets when they see his journey. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this today, but you have had a chance to get to know him and stuff, and the idea that, you know, people that are steeped in old school can awaken to a new reality is a vision that he brings that I absolutely love.
But be prepared, though, to pay the cost. And that's what has happened with many ministers that have gone from more of a traditional philosophy into more of a new thought inclusion philosophy. Again, Carlton had a huge church out in Tulsa, millions of dollars a year in budget, and then he started to get revelation that there's no hell. And then he started to teach that from the pulpit, and then he started getting called into the office. And so what happened was, and then he goes ahead and he gets a job at Christ Universal Temple as an interim pastor, and then he wasn't as new thought there that they thought that he was. Again, Carlton is just a wonderful man. I hold my ministerial license under Bishop Pearson. I was eligible last year, and so I was ordained at conference last year in Chicago.
That's great.
But Carlton, I think, you know, is that everything is shifting, Steve. Everything is changing, including even the African American church. There's been many bishops, again, that are coming out of this Pentecostalism and going, you know what? I think that there's more. There is absolutely more. So there is a huge shift that's going on, and so we, you know, and so we in New Thought, we have the opportunity not only to welcome them, but also to learn from them too.
That's
you know,
right.
Especially how do you grow your church?
Yeah.
We in church growth, I mean, centers of New Thought, again, you know, we tend to be smaller. So we need that mentality. We need that larger mentality from them. So.
And on that note, speaking of church growth, Michael, you have something in Ohio, in Summit Spiritual Center, that is, in a New Thought way, is rather unique. You have a great marriage program that you have put together there. I've heard a lot about it through other organizations. How did this evolve, and how's this? I understand you might even be teaching a class on this sometime in the future. So
right.
Lay it out, my friend.
Okay, yeah, for ministers. So what happened was, I think it was back in, I think it was 2006, 2007. I had laying on my desk at home in the state of Ohio, there's forms that you have to fill out to register as a wedding officiant in our state. And they've been on my desk for 2 years. Well, so finally, someone came up to me at our center and asked me to perform their ceremony. So with my practitioner license and also with a letter from home office, that said I was the spiritual leader, I was able to get licensed through the state of Ohio to perform weddings. In Akron, it was just amazing what I learned after I started doing weddings. What happened was that, how I got into it, besides the one lady asking me, was that I was complaining to my church board saying, you guys need to pay me. So they go ahead and they vote me a small stipend, but then Reverend John Miller, who's an independent minister, who's done close over 2,500 weddings in our area.
Whoa.
He went ahead and he took me under his wing and he said, I'm going to show you how to do weddings. And so John has been my mentor as far as showing me how to do it. In this area, if you are a couple and want to get married and you do not have a minister or a pastor or affiliated with the church, good luck. The brides around here get so hassled. And what the ministers do, if you go to a regular church and you're not a member of their church, your marriage counseling is going to consist of they're going to try to convert you. They're going to try to get you to come to know the Lord. And they don't care how much they get paid. They want to grow their church, and they also want to make sure that you're saved. So that's fine. But John told me this. He said, Mike, don't hassle them. Just do their ceremony. So if you go on my website, which is ohioweddings.info, you'll get more information than I can even tell you. But basically, I took all the good stuff that the pastors offered, plus also all the good stuff that the premium wedding ministers offered at $500 to $1,000 up, and I combined them all into a package that provides not only the pastoral care, but also the professionalism found in some of the wedding ministers around here. So it's an extremely unique package that provides, again, I'm the only wedding minister in our area that provides a PA system with music. I mean, nobody else does that because nobody else wants to lug a 67-pound PA system out. But we do a lot of things, again, and we are the minister, and we also do a lot of work with couples that, for whatever reason, their pastor will not marry them. Second and third marriages, living together. Oh my goodness, this is the 21st century, and we're still living in an archaic where couples can't live together. They will not marry you, Steve, in this area. Some of the evangelical pastors, Baptist pastors, will not marry you if they're living together. I'm going, come on, everybody's doing it, and if they say that they're not, they're lying to you. So so we provide, again, that professionalism, and again to really be that gap, and to really assist couples that really want to be married. And marriage is still popular, no matter what they tell you.
Yeah.
But we have, again, a very unique ministry here in Ohio.
Is gay marriage legal in Ohio yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
And but there is nothing that prevents someone from again, a clergy man or woman to do a religious ceremony, a commitment ceremony. But no, it's not legal yet. But it soon will be. And
that's a good thing.
And it's unfortunately it's going to be by the courts, though.
Yeah.
We.
Well,
it would be my great honor to sign off on a same-sex couple marriage license.
I got to tell you, Michael, I performed a wedding here several weeks ago. A couple young men came out from Utah. They have family here, and it was illegal there, and so they had a nice family ceremony, and we did it, and they were very appreciative and stuff, and it was wonderful to sign that off and send them back home. And then about, I don't know, it was just a couple weeks later, the courts opened it up for them. So I sent them a little note congratulating them, that they can do it in Utah. You're going to see it happen. I mean, for crying out loud, if two people love each other, and it ends right there. If two people love each other,
Right, and I think that again, my Christian brothers and sisters, and I understand, again, when we start talking about the subject, again, that they're very, they say, well, the Bible says. Well, the Bible says a lot of things, and the Bible was used to justify slavery.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was used to justify keeping women out of the pulpit. It's used to justify a lot of different things. But again, there is an argument if you go out there of saying that what is traditionally taught in the churches. Again, if you take the Bible in historical context, it's not there.
No.
About two loving people, same-sex people. Now it says about male prostitution. That's the word that they go ahead in from the Greek for homosexuality, but it does not say about two people loving together. Listen, you cannot pray the gay out of them. It's not a sin. People who are gay are gay. People who are lesbian, they love girls. I mean, it's just going to happen. So
yeah. Uh-oh.
Yes, I forgot to tell them that. That's okay. But turn the ring. Remember when you do live web that you turn off the ringer on your phone, and also your cell phone too. But no,
well, I thought you were ducking bullets there for a minute, Michael, being back where you're at.
no, not in Ohio. But no, I think it's coming. Listen, this is how the churches can help out. I think what's going to happen here, that that everyone is going to make weddings, they're going to make the whole idea of getting married like getting a driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
That what's going to happen is that they're going to say, okay, we'll have marriages, or we'll have same-sex, but to get the actual license, which is really easy now, you're going to have to go through premarital counseling.
Yeah.
I got it covered. That if they pull that, that I've already have PhDs lined up. I already have whatever it takes to get these couples married.
Cool.
So it's going to be very, very interesting what's going to happen here.
That's great, Michael. And I understand that CSL earlier last year issued a statement, recognizing gay marriage and being very supportive of it. That's just it's good stuff. We're seeing this evolve and unfold. Well, we're gonna cut away to our last break. Man, time is it's getting away from us, Michael. So give me a few, and we'll be back.
Thank you.
If you've got something to say and you'd like a place to say it, check out centralvalleytalk.com. We are interviewing for new talk show hosts at this time. If you'd like to advertise on centralvalleytalk.com, go to our website and it'll tell you what to do. centralvalleytalk.com.
The hunt to quench your thirst is on. Ecolo Blue is a revolutionary atmospheric water generator, producing water straight from the air, up to 8 gallons a day at 20 cents per gallon with no additional hookup required. Ecolo Blue is the clear champion of the water solution revolution. To health, to purity, to the pursuit. Ecolo Blue.
Hi, Stan Gross of Horn Photo. Are you looking for a camera that takes better pictures than your phone? Why not give Horn Photo a shot? We can show you fantastic cameras from Nikon, Canon, Sony, and GoPro. Your time is valuable, so before you buy from Costco, Best Buy, or the internet, come see us. We've got great prices and deals, super knowledgeable staff, and we've been selling cameras in Fresno for 76 years. We're in the Villaggio at Blackstone and Nees, or go to hornphoto.com, Fresno's Camera Center.
Own it all at Onacar, Fresno.
Ag is a vital part of the economy here in the Central Valley. Hi, I'm Ty Simpson, sales manager of the new Bland Solar office here in Clovis. And if you're in the ag industry, you've probably given thought to solar. Whether you run a dairy, orchard, farm, or ranch, at Bland Solar, we can custom design a system that's perfect for your business. The fact is that in this economy, replacing high-cost utility power with solar power is a great way to improve your bottom line. Bland Solar looks forward to serving the residents of the Central Valley. So call us today at 554-5657. Bland Solar, the Valley's expert in solar.
So why switch to Dish?
With Dish, you get more options, you get more value, you get more channels. With Dish, you get more.
And now you get more for less. Save up to $872 in just your first year with our best deal ever. With promotional prices starting at just $19.99 a month for 12 months.
We've gotten better quality, better customer service.
And now you can even get HD channels free for life.
We are Dish customers for life. We love Dish.
This is our best deal ever. Call now to switch to Dish.
For all of your real estate needs, call Mike Briggs Properties, 559-486-6758, or check us out at MikeBriggsProperties.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Well, welcome back. It's New Thought Talk. I am the Reverend Steve Walling from the Spiritual Awareness Center located in beautiful downtown Madera. My guest today, what an incredible guest he has been, is the Pastor Michael Mangus from Akron, Ohio. Michael, we were talking about the wedding program before we went to break, and what I want to do right now is go over so that it's very clear. I'm somewhere in the general geographic area. How do I get a hold of Pastor Michael?
It's very easy. All you have to do is to, you can call, and the phone number is 330-777-0250, and that goes into the church, which goes right into my cell. So this is my church phone, by the way. And so leave a message, and then I get right back to you. One of the things that we found in our area is that one of the common traits of some of the rent-a-revs is that they do not keep in contact with their brides. What I do is I give my brides all of my contact information, including my email, so that they can contact me anytime, and I do text. So the 777 number is a good number. The other way that you can get in contact with me is through email. mmangus@neo.rr.com. I'll say that again. It's mmangus@neo, Northeast Ohio, .rr, that's roadrunner.com. So just email me. Again, I perform weddings in all of Ohio and also in western Pennsylvania. Let you know, Steve, that in Pennsylvania, they recently had a court ruling that said that no more internet ministers there. Oh. So if you hold a license, again, it all depends upon the clerk of orphan courts whether or not that you can do a wedding over there in Pennsylvania, because you don't register over in Pennsylvania like you do Ohio. So again, I'm legally, I can do weddings over in Pennsylvania. I haven't done, and I'm waiting for the class, the ministerial class, to do this, but I'm not yet legal for West Virginia, and that's because I have to show, I have to send in not only proof of ordination, but also I have to have members of 2 of my church members that say that I'm in church on Sunday mornings. That's how you qualify for down in West Virginia to officiate wedding center. But again, I would say again, if any brides are out there, have any questions, if you don't know how to hire a wedding officiant in your area, please get in contact with me. Would love to work with you. Doing your wedding does not have to be as stressful as it is. You can get help on it, and I'm more than happy to help any bride or any couple.
And you've had a lot of experience doing it, I understand.
Well, I'm up to about 175. I'm not up to the 2,000, 2,500 weddings, but again, that I've been doing more on not on Facebook, but I've been doing also more on Wedding Wire. I have a Wedding Wire ad, plus also, but again, for the price around here, there is nobody that offers the price and the value, plus also the pastoral care that I do. I mean, I haven't seen it. I've seen one person try to duplicate it, but they couldn't. So.
Well, that's great, Michael, because, again, it's another area where you can be of service. Yes. It's just today people consciousness when it comes to something like marriages, it's, I hate to say that, we live in a throwaway society, but we do. And people oftentimes, well, we'll go down to the government center. We'll just get married there because it's just not that important.
Right.
When you understand the true connection that a loving couple make, that commitment, yes, that inner commitment, that spiritual commitment, and having that wedding to start with, it's a solid foundation to build upon, and unfortunately, young people today don't often realize that. So, that's a powerful service that you perform.
Well, and I think too, Steve, I just don't leave them at the altar. I give them my number. I tell them I don't perform Kardashian weddings. I tell them that. I say, you know what? I said, if you guys ever get into trouble, marriage is a lot like Lake Erie. I'd probably say the ocean if I was near where you guys are, but marriage is a lot like Lake Erie. It's usually beautiful on a summer day, but there are some days it's 4 to 12 with white caps and water spouts and the actual tornadoes that form in the lake. So what I tell my couples is this: hang on to each other, go through it. Don't call the attorneys, and first call me in my office. We can do short-term marriage counseling in my office, short-term pastoral counseling in my office. If you guys want to stay married, we'll make it happen. And don't think that just because I don't offer or mandate the premarital counseling, don't think marriage is important. Because it is. It's extremely important. And I think, again, by hanging in there, that you'll be able to work out the problems, or be able to say, listen, this is not working, we need to separate. And that's a difference than going through all the war and the divorce courts and everything else. So
what a gift, Michael.
Thank you.
What a gift. Now, I understand your wife is with you also in this endeavor too, right?
Yes, my beautiful wife Diana, and again, what a godsend. Again, we met through prayer, and without I know we're running short on time, but so she's been a real godsend, and again, she helps at our center tremendously. She works with our young people when we have them, and she's really my go-to lady. So again, it would be very, very difficult to do ministry effectively here in this town without having such a wonderful partner. So.
Oh, that's great. Okay, Michael, I'm going to wrap up our interview, but before I do, is there any last thing that we haven't covered that you'd like to share with your audience today?
Well, again, that it doesn't have to be church as usual. If you're looking for a spiritual home, spiritual place, if something within you is saying, you know what, there's something more, I would say honor that. But understand now, when you go to a spiritual community like mine or Steve's, understand that search is always within. The kingdom of heaven is within you. So by aligning yourselves with a spiritual community, what you do is you allow other people to assist you in your spiritual growth. And so if there is a center near you, please go. You'll be loved, you'll be supported, and they'll accept you just as you are. So would love to see you at my center or Steve's center or any of the other New Thoughts centers.
You betcha. Michael, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I look forward to visiting with you more in the future. And so we're going to cut away now. I'm going to close up as I always do each week that I do the show. And, as I've said so many times, I have found, surprisingly to me, but we reach a very broad audience, internationally even at some level. And so for those of you that are out here today watching this show, or that'll be watching it on YouTube in the future, know that you are never too far away from some kind of a New Thought center. If you're watching this, obviously you have access to the internet. So if you do, I want to turn you to a link, a website that's called findacenter.com or findacenter.org. If you go there, there's a map of the world. You can take your cursor, place it on the part of the world that you happen to live in, and it will pop up a menu of the local centers. This organization that hosts this, does this, it's all volunteer. And they work very hard to be very inclusive of all New Thought centers. So I'm sure you'll find the one that's closest to you, or maybe there will be several that you can reach. If they have web pages, you can connect through their web page through these links. If not, there's contact information. Don't sit at home, go, gee, this is really good stuff, but I wish I could, I don't know what to do. There is something you can do. You can go to the web. You can go to findacenter.com. You can look and find someplace, and if it's geographically not close enough for you to drive to, like I say, you find web links where you can contact these centers, and people will get back to you. And in the meantime, there is another link that I encourage you to go to, and it's called newthoughtlibrary.com. And if you go there, what a treasure trove of books and authors from the early days of New Thought, people that laid the foundation for everything that has followed since. The Fillmores, Myrtle and Charles, Holmes, Ernest and Fenwick, John Babskin, William Walker Atkinson, Thomas Trort. There's just all these people that they're great thinkers and philosophers that have studied religion and studied philosophy and with thought, and they've put down into word these treasures that are there, and you can go there, and if you never get out to a bookstore, you'll never run out of stuff to read. It's just absolutely full of stuff, and it's incredible, and it will help you on your spiritual journey. If you're someone that has been in New Thought and you've read some of the more current, more modern stuff, go to the library. You'll pick up some incredible stuff there that will help you in your spiritual growth. And finally, you can reach me through madeirasac@gmail.com. You can go to madeirasac.com is our webpage. There is a link there that you can donate if you would like to support our ministry as we put this show together. If you ever have any questions, you can reach me through either of those. I make it a point to be available, and it is a powerful teaching. It is a powerful, life-changing experience. And I cannot, from the bottom of my heart, urge you strongly enough to take and open up your mind, open up your heart, open up your consciousness. You will create a new day for yourself, my friends. I absolutely promise you that. And so as I close, like I do every week, I want to say, may the light of God surround you. May the love of God enfold you. May the power of God protect you and the presence of God watch over you. Because truly, my friends, wherever you are, God is, and all is well. Make it a great week. I'll see you when I come back. Thank you.
If you've got something to say and you'd like a place to say it, check out centralvalleytalk.com. We are interviewing for new talk show hosts at this time. If you'd like to advertise on centralvalleytalk.com, go to our website and it'll tell you what to do. centralvalleytalk.com.
The hunt to quench your thirst is on. Ecolo Blue is a revolutionary atmospheric water generator, producing water straight from the air, up to 8 gallons a day at 20 cents per gallon with no additional hookup required. Ecolo Blue is the clear champion of the water solution revolution. To health, to purity, to the pursuit. Ecolo Blue.
Hi, Stan Gross of Horn Photo. Are you looking for a camera that takes better pictures than your phone? Why not give Horn Photo a shot? We can show you fantastic cameras from Nikon, Canon, Sony, and GoPro. Your time is valuable, so before you buy from Costco, Best Buy, or the internet, come see us. We've got great prices and deals, super knowledgeable staff, and we've been selling cameras in Fresno for 76 years. We're in the Villaggio at Blackstone and Nees, or go to hornphoto.com, Fresno's Camera Center.
Own it all at Car Fresno.
Ag is a vital part of the economy here in the Central Valley. Hi, I'm Ty Simpson, sales manager of the new Bland Solar office here in Clovis. And if you're in the ag industry, you've probably given thought to solar. Whether you run a dairy, orchard, farm, or ranch, at Bland Solar, we can custom design a system that's perfect for your business. The fact is that in this economy, replacing high-cost utility power with solar power is a great way to improve your bottom line. Bland Solar looks forward to serving the residents of the Central Valley. So call us today at 554-5657. Bland Solar, the Valley's expert in solar.
So why switch to Dish?
With Dish, you get more options, you get more value, you get more channels. With Dish, you get more.
And now you get more for less. Save up to $872 in just your first year with our best deal ever. With promotional prices starting at just $19.99 a month for 12 months.
We've gotten better quality, better customer service.
And now you can even get HD channels free for life.
We are Dish customers for life. We love Dish.
This is our best deal ever. Call now to switch to Dish.
For all of your real estate needs, call Mike Briggs Properties, 559-486-6758, or check us out at MikeBriggsProperties.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com